Hey everyone, today we're going to talk about codespaces and how to get it to work. The first thing you need to do, of course, and you should have already done this, is create a GitHub account. So we're going to go to GitHub, and if you've not created an account, it will ask you to create an account. If you have created an account, it'll log in to your GitHub, and you'll see my account has been created. There's all my repositories. For now, I want to create a new repository. So wherever you are in your GitHub, if you want to go to your actual account, you can go there, but wherever you are, you can click new repository. And codespaces does not work with a blank repository, so we're going to do a couple of things. First of all, we're going to name this repository, and I'm going to call this computer science test for the purpose of this video. Computer science test. It should say this is available, and you want to make it public because you eventually might want to submit this or share it or collaborate with it. And you want to add a README file because, as I said earlier, it does not work with an empty repository. This adds a file and allows codespaces to work. At this point, so you've typed in the name of your repository, you've made it public, you've added the README file, you can create repository. The repository will be created and it will show a README file. If you want to, you can edit your README file. And when you edit your README file, you can say whatever you want to. This is the README file for this test repository. If you happen to be reading this, you have too much time on your hands. And when you edit that README file, you just commit those changes, and it will update it with that comment, and you'll see that README file has been changed. So now it says this is a README file with this test repository. If you happen to be reading this, you have too much time on your hands. Now the README files in general are used to document software builds and packages, and that's what they're for, to kind of explain what to do, maybe some instructions on how to use software. It's more for documentation purposes, but this is just a blank repository for testing. Now, to connect our codespaces to this, I'm going to go back to GitHub, but I'm going to type in github.com/codespaces. And I can start a new codespace, right, with that repository. So I'm going to click on our computer science test, and I'm going to create codespace. Cool. So now our codespace will be created. It will have files or whatever, and actually no files yet. You'll see the README file, but you won't see any other files. You will see the terminal window when it loads. And I'm going to go ahead and build, for fun, I'm going to build two different files. The first file I'm going to build is going to be a Java file. All right, that's the README file that we already did. You can see that's the same README file we did there, and I can also edit it in CodeSpace. Not relevant to this. I'm going to close that out and go back where we were. I'm going to open up two files. The first one I'm going to open up is a Java file, and I'm just going to code hello world.java. That's going to open up that hello world program. This is a Java file, so the class name needs to be just like it's stated. Hello world must match the file name, so public class hello world, then public static void main string args. We're going to print hello world. Why can't I spell? We're going to print hello world, and we are going to compile and run this program. Right, so Java C hello world.java. If I did it correctly, it says file not found because I've not found the file. If you have not saved the file, so if you click up here and hit Control S, the file should save. You can see it did save. We have a Java file now in the directory. I can hit that Java C hello world again, and it says error file not found, likely because I've spelled something wrong. Okay, now it compiled, and I can run hello world, and it will run that program. Okay, I want y'all to know also, if you have any windows like this, go ahead and install whatever, because it is installed onto a server, so it doesn't really matter. On your own computer, you might want to not say yes, but just say yes here. I want to show you guys also, you can code a C++ file in a similar way. I'm going to go ahead and clear the screen. To clear a screen, you say clear semicolon, right? I'm going to go ahead and code a C++ file the same way. Right, now you have hello world.cpp. I'm going to include IO stream. I am going to use a namespace STD, which we know stands for standard, not sexually transmitted disease. And this is going to be int main. Because that's a main program returning an int, we're going to return 0 or whatever you want to return actually. And then this is going to be a console out, and we are going to console out hello world, right? And I'm going to go ahead and also console out an inline command because that works. Okay, so I'm a little creeped out because the colors don't look like what I expected them to, but not a big deal. Hopefully this will work no problem. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and save this file. So I'm going to Control S. I'm going to check my file names again. I have a CPP file. I'm going to go ahead and compile that hello world. This is a C++ file, so I compile that with g++ hello world.cpp. And if everything worked right, it'll compile. And then I can run that by doing a.out, because this is the a.out file we're going to run. And I'm going to run that, and it says hello world. So we're good to go. That's how you connect your GitHub and your code spaces. But one more thing we need to do, and that's make a commit. This is the commit button. I can hit that button, and I can hit commit, and it's going to ask you to stage all of your changes. I'm going to say yes, and it's going to tell me to make a comment. I'm going to say, this is the commit for the files in test. All right, or whatever you want to say. You know, this is my note to myself about these changes. That's what it is. And once you do that, you hit this checkbox, and it's going to make that commitment happen. I can sync those changes. Now, this is what's important for you to check. To make sure also something else is wanting to be installed, hit yes, we're good to go. All right, that's the C++ extension pack. If I go back to my GitHub and I refresh the repository, now you should see all the files we just worked on. They're right there, right? And that's the class file, which is you can't really see, but now you can see all those files we worked on. So that's good to go. And hopefully you guys have fun, and we'll see you soon.